Cooper DeJean taking snaps at outside corner. Why? Because you got a safety. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and we had another day of practice, and everything is turning out to be good. While people are worried about the quarterback situation and the safety position and the wide receiver situation, all I can say is I think the Eagles are right where they need to be. I think things are actually falling into place perfect, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. Because this team, they've got the answers on this roster. That's what I think. But before we get into the Eagles, a few things. One, I want to talk a little bit about this TREY Hendrickson thing. Because I've had a lot of people ask me, do you think the Eagles will go after TREY Hendrickson? We could use another pass rusher. Do you think the Eagles will go after him? And my answer has been consistently no. I don't think the Eagles are going to go after a 31-year-old pass rusher who they're going to have to pay $40+ million to and give a bunch of compensation. But what the hell do I know? Howie could do whatever Howie does. DeJean said this, though. Teams that have recently inquired about Bengals star TREY Hendrickson were told Cincinnati's asking price included a young defensive player and a 2026 first-round pick, according to league sources. I can tell you right now, I'm out. There's no chance in hell I'm doing it. Now, I have people come to me and say, what about a first and Jalen Hunt? I'm not giving Jalen Hunt up. Why would I give Jalen Hunt up? Jalen Hunt is young. He's going to be good for the next 6, 7, 8 years, and he's only getting better. I understand TREY Hendrickson is a good player, and I understand he had a lot of sacks, but when you get guys 30-year-old, 31 years old, in the past for the Eagles, it never works out for us. Remember Robert Quinn? He had 17 sacks, comes to Philly, does nothing. You had Kevin Byard a few years ago. That hasn't worked for the Eagles. What has worked for the Eagles is developing the young talent that you have, letting them play, letting them get better and better. I'm not giving up that kind of compensation for TREY Hendrickson. Now, I'm not opposed to getting him. If you said, all right, well, you could get him for a second and a fourth-round pick or second and a fifth, yeah, I would do something like that. But I'm not giving up a young player. He would only have to be in addition to, not separate, okay? And I just have to say that because it's been out there a lot. And, we're going to get into the injury report here in a second, and we're going to talk about A.J. Brown, and we're going to talk about, Metchie and the Eagles going out and getting him. A lot of people think that it's because A.J. Brown is maybe either more hurt or could Cowboy fans are hoping. I'm on Cowboys site, and they're talking about, well, maybe the Eagles are going to trade A.J. Brown to New England, and stuff like that. It's like, no. A.J. Brown is fine. A.J. Brown will be ready to go. That is not why they got Metchie. They got him for either two things. One, it was a chance to add a guy that you like that has talent, no more than that, or there's another shoe to drop later on. I don't know, but it ain't A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown ain't going nowhere, okay? Now, before we get into our injury report, I got to show you this. Are you ready for some football? Are you prepared for all situations right now to rep your team? Because let me tell you, I went to the beach, this past summer, and I tried to go out with the wife, and I'm representing the Eagles. I got my Eagles shirt on, hat ready to go, and the wife says, oh, really? You're going to wear that? You're not going to wear a button-down shirt? I'm like, I'm at the beach. I got to wear a button-down shirt? She said, yeah. So what did I think when she said it? I said, Chubbies. That's right. ChubbiesShorts.com. And I remembered about Chubbies, and I made sure that I brought this beautiful Eagles button-down shirt. This thing is cool, it is comfortable, and it is perfect to save me so I can wear and represent my team in any situation. And if you got a girl and you know she's going to say something like that, go to ChubbiesShorts.com right now. You can get $10 off your first order. Use Philly500 promo code and get your own NFL apparel, NFL collection. They've got shorts, they've got bathing suits, they've got polos, whatever you need. If you're like me and you can't wear a jersey one night or something, another shirt you want to wear because the wife wants a button-down shirt, ChubbiesShorts.com is the perfect place. This shirt is comfortable, it is cool, and I'm telling you, you're going to be happy. Check it out, ChubbiesShorts.com. Philly500 is your promo code, and you can get $10 off your first order. Just use Philly500, and yeah, get yourself some Chubbies. Chubbies is the ultimate football apparel brand, so much so they created their own fantasy football league. George Kittle, Ian Rappaport, and others have come together to assemble the Chubbies League on NFL Fantasy. Each week, the top 5 scorers will win a chance at a Chubbies polo shorts combo with their team's logo. The grand champion gets the chance at the ultimate fan experience, a 5-city, 5-stadium NFL game tour with a +1. While the fantasy flop faces a hilarious, unforgettable punishment only Chubbies could pull off. Head to ChubbiesShorts.com/the Chubbies League to learn more and have some fun. Get ready for the most outrageous fantasy football season of your life. And remember, go to ChubbiesShorts.com, insert code Philly500, and get $10 off. That's $10 off your order with promo code Philly500, only at Chubbies Shorts. And shout out to Chubbies for sponsoring today's video. I'm telling you, don't get caught in that situation, all right? Don't. Chubbies is the answer. Always. Now, here's the injury report. Jeff McClain wrote this. Pound Eagles practice report. Will not practice. A.J. Brown hamstring. Tariq Castro Fields hamstring. Lewis Sign groin. Landon Dickerson knee. Brandon Johnson groin. Kenyon Green was limited, as well as Lane Johnson getting a rest day, and then A.J. Woods illness. So really, the injury report's not that bad. Zach Baldwin was back today getting first team reps, of course, splitting it with Trotter and Jahad Campbell. And look, the A.J. Brown thing, all I can say is from what we hear and what we're told, the Eagles are being precautious. He had a little bit of a setback, nothing major, but they decided to be extra careful with him. That's what they're doing. And if you look at the way he's running around in the field, throwing the ball, I don't think it's that serious. He will be fine and ready to go when the time comes, okay? He will be. That's 100% certainty, okay? Now, there are some interesting things we've got to talk about today. The first thing I want to talk about is Cooper DeJean, because Vic Fangio said today, he said that Cooper DeJean was going to start to get reps at the second cornerback position. Now, this doesn't mean he's getting ready to switch outside full time. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about when the Eagles are in base defense and they don't need a slot defensive back, a slot corner, he will move to the outside. He's also gotten snaps at safety. The Eagles cross-training him on purpose because eventually Cooper DeJean will be that Swiss Army knife on defense, think Malcolm Jenkins, that can match up wherever you need him every week. But now he can get snaps on the outside. Why? Why can he get snaps on the outside now and not earlier? Because Andrew Makuba, the safety, has developed and has pretty much taken that job. And so now that the Eagles feel comfortable with having a safety, you don't have to put DeJean at safety in base. You can actually put him on the outside. And that's what they're doing. Brandon Gleegout wrote this. Cooper DeJean now repping at left cornerback with first team defense in base. Andrew Makuba at safety. That's very important. Darius Cooper found a soft spot in the Eagles. Oh, that was later. My man Darius Cooper. I love that guy. But Cooper DeJean, he was out there. He was making plays. Now, There was a touchdown pass he gave up to Devontae Smith, which apparently he was all over Devontae, had great coverage, and Devontae is Devontae. Made a great, great catch. Elliot Shore Parks said this. My current guess at starting secondary versus Dallas would be Quinyon Mitchell, Adoree Jackson, Blankenship and Makuba at safeties, DeJean in the nickel, and then in base, DeJean goes to safety to replace Makuba. I think you might see him go out and play corner. Now, I'm going to say I disagree on one thing Elliot Shore Parks says here. And excuse me, I apologize for my voice. I'm still sick, getting over it, doing the best I can here. So I apologize. But I don't think Adoree Jackson's going to make this team. I have a feeling he's going to be the guy ending up getting cut at the end of the day. I really do. Because I just have that feeling. Watching him, I'm thinking the Eagles don't need him. They don't need him. So I would not be surprised to see him get moved or lose the job. And then Ringo or Jacorian Bennett will get snaps. Now, I was interested in seeing what was going to happen with Jacorian Bennett because I thought he played good in the game the other day versus the Browns. However, we didn't really hear much from practice for him. We did hear about Ringo, though. Ringo was having a little problem with a man named Darius Cooper, okay? Darius Cooper found the soft spot in the Eagles' defense for a catch from Jalen Hurts along the right sideline. Then Darius Cooper with back-to-back catches against KELEE Ringo on throws from Tanner McKee. Cooper created a lot of separation on that second grab. So he gave him some issues today, no doubt about it. Really, Ringo could be a Nakobe Dean situation where, we hear not so many good things, and then all of a sudden we get to week 1 and he's starting. I mean, we'll see if that's the case, but this is an open battle at cornerback too. And now we're seeing Jacorian Bennett's going to be in on this, and Mac McWilliams is actually getting first-team reps as well. He's working in there, so he's going to get a shot at that cornerback spot, and he may be the answer. He may be the answer. Now, if you want to ask me, do I think the Eagles are going to make a trade for another corner or safety? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing or what they're planning. We're all trying to figure out this John Metchie situation because, you think we have Johnny Wilson, we have Aniyah Smith, we have Darius Cooper at another great practice. Are the Eagles really going to cut Darius Cooper and risk him getting picked up by somebody else? I guess possibly. Others think maybe they're going to trade Dotson, and that's the plan. So we got to look around the league. What teams are thin at wide receiver but are deep at corner? That's where you would look. My thought process is, my gut tells me that they just thought they were getting another good player, a guy that they liked. He was cheap. The tight end wanted to get out of Philly because he wanted a chance somewhere else. And why not bring in the talent? I assume a guy like Darius Cooper will be protected. He'll get a mystery, blister or something and go on IR. They're not going to cut him or get rid of him. That would be stupid. But it's worth watching. That quarterback, too, is going to be battling into this third preseason game. I feel like the safety position battle is over, and Makuba is your starter. So we got one more position we really got to figure out. Now, as far as Jalen Hurts today, went today, let's look at Elliot Shore Parks, his statistics for the day. I always love this. He has Jalen Hurts as 18 to 25, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, with a grade A- for the day at practice. Practice, we're talking. Okay, it is what it is. He said this. Jalen Hurts and the offense had a bounce-back day after a rough 2 days against Cleveland. Hurts was especially good in situational drills. He had a 4th down touchdown to Granson and 2 nice 3rd down completions to Goddard and Dotson. The 3rd down passing came in pouring rain, adding a level of difficulty. He also followed up with a touchdown to Granson with a nice pass to Devontae in the front corner of the end zone. So Hurts' worst throw of the day was a deep shot to Devontae, a pass that briefly looked like Makuba might pick off, but it sailed over his head of both players. Hurts might have been trying to throw the ball away. So, good day for Hurts, I guess. It is what it is. look, I think this team is pretty much set. I think the biggest thing now is that cornerback 2 spot. I think it's opening up to guys like Mac McWilliams, to Jacorian Bennett, and we're going to see if they do anything, and we're going to definitely talk more about if the Eagles are going to make any moves. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Cowboy fans are really starting to go crazy. Like, really starting to go crazy. I was on Mark Holmes watching his live stream yesterday. They're all going nuts. They're all nuts about the Eagles, and they're going to beat the Eagles, and we've done nothing, and it doesn't matter. It's been 30 years from their Super Bowl. They're the Dallas Cowboys. And then Mark does a video right after bragging about how great they are. Oh, the Eagle fans are overconfident. What? It's crazy. Now I hear in Game Time Brian, oh, the Eagles, they're going to trade A.J. Brown for Christian Gonzalez in New England. What? Well, you guys are so desperate for us to do something. If anybody's going to trade anybody, it's going to be the Cowboys trading Micah Parsons. Because why? He wants out. He wants out of Dallas. Our guys are happy to be where they're at. Denzel Washington out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.